Alright, guys. It is Sunday, February 27th, 2022 at 1:53 p.m. Alright, let's start with dailyverses.net verse of the day. I can't, do scripture for you and teach you scriptures. I just point you to Jesus. Pretty much what I do. I show you some verses and then I go over the news. Okay, it says, verse of the day: The spirit you received does not make you slaves, so that you live in fear again. Rather, the spirit you received brought about your adoption to sonship, and by him we cry, Abba, Father. Romans 8:15. Alright, let's start. We have Australia flooding. We have lots and lots of flooding happening uh, in Australia. Let's take a look at a couple of tweets. There's flooding happening. More than 1,400 homes in the capital of Queensland state were at risk of flooding with more than 28,000 homes were without power statewide. So Australia and Queensland is flooding. It says strong downpours unleash high floods in eastern Australia. Sadly, two people died overnight due to flooding caused by rising waters. Many people are missing. There are several places where the rain is intensifying. So a lot of images here of the flooding. Let's take a look at them so you guys can see them. The water rising due to the downpours. You see here the homes all the way up till almost the roofs here. The water reaching on these buildings down here. Yep, flooding all the way in there. Alright, guys, stay safe if you live in Australia, although I'm going to cover more of it. Alright, guys. It says here, Australia suffering from historic flooding. Also Australia, showing people swimming and enjoying themselves in the flooding waters. Please try not to do that and stay safe. You never know what's really in floodwaters, but just wanted to share that. Alright, let's see here. We have a shallow 6.2 earthquake killed at least 2 and injured 20 on Indonesia's Sumatra island. Look at that damage. It says a magnitude 6.2 earthquake, Sumatra, Indonesia on February 25th, 2022. At least 2 people have died and 20 people injured in West Pasaman region of Indonesia following a 6.2 magnitude earthquake on Friday. National Disaster Management Agency Chief Santo said in a media briefing. Some buildings, including schools and a bank in the Sumatra province, have also been damaged. So please pray for the people of Sumatra. Alright. Next, we have increased seismic activity at Mount Ontake. Alert level raised in Japan. Alright. And we have a tropical cyclone Anika forecast to make landfall over the northern Kimberley coast of Western Australia. Alright, so that's making landfall. It says tropical cyclone Anika formed February 25th, 2022, and the Timor Sea is the 7th named storm of the 2021-22 Australian region cyclone season. The cyclone is slowly moving toward the northern Kimberley coast. Western Australia is expected to reach Category 2 strength on the Australian scale before making landfall over the North Kimberley coast overnight or during Sunday, February 27th. Alright, guys, so heads up, if you live on the western coast of Australia, you have flooding in the southeast near the Gold Coast, and also on the top top western coast, you have the cyclone Anika. So heads up, Australia. Alright, here's more flooding for Australia. It says major floods as torrential rainfall continues falling over Queensland, Australia. Is that the slow-moving pressure system is producing very heavy rains in parts of Queensland, Australia, with some areas receiving more than 27 inches over the past 3 days. Widespread floods have reached major levels in parts of the state and have so far claimed at least 3 lives. This weather event is one of the most severe systems to impact Queensland in recent years, and the rain will continue falling throughout the day and into the weekend, producing more life-threatening flash flooding. So please be safe while you're in this flooding. Try not going too much into the water. Try to keep your animals away from it. and try to stay safe because you don't want to drown in this flood. All right, next. Energy prices skyrocket after Russia attacks Ukraine. Alright, so gas and oil prices in Europe are skyrocketing after Russia attacked Ukraine early Thursday morning. Meanwhile, stock markets around the world tumbled amid rising concern while euro plunged to its lowest level again, the dollar since June 2020, and it hit nearly a 7-year low against the Swiss franc. Europe relies on Russia for nearly 40% of its natural gas and 25% of its oil. Fears that a war could disrupt global energy supplies sent Brent crude jumping as much as 9% to 105.79 a barrel. As futures linked to TTF, Europe's wholesale gas price has surged 60% to 141 pound per megawatt hour. The extent of the Russian military operation ordered by President Vladimir Putin appeared to surprise some market participants and could explain the powerful jump in prices, said Richard Brons, head of the geopolitics and energy aspects. So heads up, guys, gas and fuel and power pretty much is skyrocketing in Europe. So heads up for that. Alright, let's go to Zero Hedge. It says, I am in shock. Russians scramble to pull money from ATMs and banks as runs begin. I've stood in line for hours, but foreign currency is gone everywhere. Just rubles. I got a late start because I didn't think this was possible. I am in shock. So Russians scrambling to pull their money from their banks in Russia. Also, EU closes all airspace to Russian planes, bans media outlets after Ukraine agrees to hold talks. The EU will ban the Kremlin's media machine, and we're shutting down the EU airspace for Russians, including the private jets for the oligarchs. So pretty much chaos going on for the Russian airspace as well. It says, question all of it. The current Western propaganda for Ukraine is an epic scale. If you have never experienced propaganda push surrounding war, the totality of the inbound BS can be destabilizing, overwhelming, and unnerving. So also question everything you see posted on Twitter regarding the war, because they could be posts that are older and people are reposting the older posts, making it look like those older pictures or videos are what's happening now, and that could cause some chaos. Alright, next. In unacceptable escalation, Putin orders nuclear deterrence. Forces on alert. I order the Minister of Defense and the Chief General Staff to put deterrent forces on special combat duty. Let's take a look at this article in full to read more about it. It says, finally, NATO Chief Stoltenberg warned that Putin's nuclear alert is both dangerous and irresponsible. A Pentagon spokesperson confirmed that Russia's nuclear posture change is an escalatory step and warns that it risks miscalculation. Additionally, the Defense Department official refused to say if the U.S. nuclear posture has changed. So it's really getting intense with Putin ordering nuclear deterrence forces on alert. Who knows exactly what's going to happen next? Please stay prayed up, stay in Jesus, because he is the only one that can rescue us from any of this disaster. Okay, it says, as we detailed earlier, President Vladimir Putin has ordered his army to put Russia's nuclear deterrence on special alert on Sunday following aggressive statements by NATO leaders. Western countries are not only taking unfriendly actions against our country in the economic area. I'm speaking about the illegitimate sanctions that everyone is well aware of. However, the top officials of the leading NATO countries also make aggressive statements against our country as well, Putin stated on Russian media. Putin is meeting Defense Minister Sigu and Chief of General Staff Gerasimov in the Kremlin. He says Western sanctions are illegitimate and has ordered to place Russia's deterrence, i.e. nuclear forces, on special regime of duty. Putin, Western countries aren't only taking unfriendly economic actions against our country, but leaders of major NATO countries are making aggressive statements about our country. So I order to make Russia's defensive forces to a special regime of duty. That is big yikes, guys. Please pray for the whole situation because this is getting intense, guys. It is unacceptable escalation, and it is quite spooky. Alright, guys, that's it for this video. Hit like and subscribe for more. Please pray for the people of Australia and for anybody who's under a lot of snow in Japan. Please pray for the people of the whole situation of Russia and Ukraine because people could be losing lives, people could be running from violence. So please pray for them. Please pray for that the Russian situation de-escalates and it doesn't keep you know getting worse. Please pray for each other because we all need it. Stay safe out there, guys, and God bless you guys.